Chris, I don't think there can be any complaints over the fact that Rochdale won that game. Quite a thoroughly professional performance.
Yeah, the lads were tremendous. Lads were tremendous today. Obviously came with a game plan. They stuck to it. There's always going to be a wrestle in the game, and Morecambe came out the traps quite well. But as the first half progressed, we felt going into half time we were just starting to really get on top of them. And coming out in the second half, just looking to maintain that standard and turn the screw a little bit more, and that's exactly what the lads did.
I know Keith said it before about patience is sometimes important in games, and you had to be patient today and work it and work it and work it.
Well, it's just always been one of our sort of mantras, it's important that you start a game well, and a lot of managers, especially when I played, were always on about how well you start, but for me it's how well you finish. And you can recover, but you've got to stay in a game to be able to do that. Obviously everybody wants to start well, start good but finish great, and that's exactly what we did. We got stronger as the game was going on, and that's something that we've tried to sort of, it's not a coaching thing, it's a psychological thing that we try and sort of maintain throughout our training sessions.
How important is Holden becoming?
Well, Scott's very important. He speaks our language. He was part of the youth system that was yesteryear, but he's only as important as all the other players. We've got I think we're getting on for. I think he's getting on for about 13, 14 different goal scorers. So, he is obviously leading that tally in our team, in our squad. Ian Ensign's right behind him. Ian on another day could have had a couple himself. Matty Lund today we felt could have scored a hat-trick, and he earned the right to have his opportunities. So if we refine those situations, Scott is very vital and very important, but so is every other member and the members of the squad that aren't here today at Morecambe, because we'll need them. We will need them.
First goal, giving it to Andrew Tuck?
Well, I would have definitely claimed it, but and I know Tony Ellis would be all over it. But
I believe Joe Rafferty's trying to claim it.
Is he? Joe's claiming the goal that Liverpool scored. He's all over it. But I think if it's claimable, why not? There's a benefit to not having every camera angle covered. As there is a disbenefit when we're over, obviously trying to get sending offs looked at, etc., etc. No Sky Sports cameras are here, and if it's not really that covered, and so he seems to think it is, you can argue with him whether it's not. It's up to you.
How important was it for Scott to get the goal? Because he's been out injured for a while, he's been feeling his way back into the games, and that'll build his confidence back up again.
Scott's a confident person. He doesn't need that goal to sort of continue his form. We've just told him to keep doing, trust in what he does, and obviously when he gets it right, you've just seen that today. For me, when he took that ball underneath a strong Michael Rose pass and he passed it just over the goal, that was unbelievable talent of a first soft touch and a quick finish. And of course, we know he can do that. So it's good for him. Strikers thrive on goals, but we know there's more than just goals in Scott. And to be fair, he didn't play directly up front today, did he?
And I think you've got to give a lot of credit today to Graham Cummins, who did a lot of ugly work today and did a lot. His work rate was exceptional.
Well, yeah, dare I say, Graham's an ugly footballer, but Steve Bruce called me that when I played for Huddersfield, so it's a compliment, I suppose, but I'm not Steve Bruce. But yeah, he does, and that's why we recruited him, because we knew that he can play that sort of traditional type of centre-forward play. And if we get energy and runners through lines around him, it's maximising both his capabilities and the team's capabilities to get our overall outcome, which is a result at the end of the day.
Taking the last two cup games out of it, was it important to get back to winning ways in the league after the two defeats?
Yeah, and I think it's vital to win what would be classed as as a derby sort of match. It's Morecambe are right on our tails, and they still are. But of course, we've just put a bit of light between us. But they're a spirited team, a good young manager who's full of that sort of endeavour and demand from himself when he played, and his players have played for him, and you can see that. When they got that goal, you give something Morecambe to chew on. You ask Chesterfield how they felt when they were 3-0 up. It happens, and we spoke about that before the game. But of course, we gave them just that little bit up in that last sort of 5 minutes from obviously the goal they scored.
historical win as well, because it's a first ever away win against Morecambe.
Well, yeah, very good. I didn't know that. But of course, we didn't have the best of times here last season, and Keith and myself took over. But you know, we're very pleased with today's progression, and we're pleased with the way the players are going, and we're pleased where we want to try and take them, because we do believe there's more to come. We don't believe we're nowhere near the finished article.